Chair, council members, Stephen West on behalf of the ILW. First off, I want to apologize that I haven't been here sooner. I'm a product of Lahaina. I grew up on Hawaii Street, then Waiakuli. And, we've been talking with our members who have been affected, and it's been devastating, and a lot of them want hope. They want to get back. They want to start the rebuilding process. They want to, start everything back. But, the hard part is it's a plantation town, right? So, I have sent some correspondence to some of the council members about some provisions in the emergency order that would allow unpermitted structures being rebuilt. And I would ask the council to take a hard look at that, because many of these structures that were lost would not stand up to current code. So there's going to have to be some give and take there so we can get these families back. One group that really hasn't been here is the Filipino families, and many of them work 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet, literally just enough time to sleep and then go back at it. I've spoken with many of them. They need hope. They need hope. And, I'm committed to being a part of that. Hopefully, between the administration, this council, and the governor, we can get people back in those homes. But in the interim, I think this council needs to look at possibly transit vacation rentals, Airbnbs, those, and put a moratorium on that, because really what's started this housing crisis is the resort areas spilling out into our communities. So, there is a faction that basically is upset with the amount of tourists, and I understand that. But our organization advocates keeping tourists in the tourism zones that are hotel zoned, not in our communities. It's sparred high costs of rent, high costs of homes, mainland speculators coming into Hawaii and literally buying up chunks of homes in our communities that really have no interest in our community. They don't care about the local people. So I would just ask you to consider that. I would ask the administration to consider that, ask the governor to consider that, because we need to get local people back into our communities somehow, and we need to make it affordable. Rents at $2,500 for a 1-bedroom, it's impossible with the current wage structure. So I'm sorry to take up so much of your time, but I'm happy to meet with any of you privately if you would like to start discussing that. Happy to work with you in a meeting group or whatever it be, but thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Member Kama?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for being here, Mr. West.
Yeah.
So earlier in your testimony, you said that many of the homes, because they were plantation homes and they were unpermitted dwellings or structures, and you're looking for a way to allow those unpermitted structures to be permitted again.
Correct.
Or to be permitted, period.
Yeah.
Do you have some ideas about that?
Well, I think in HRS 26 and 27, I think I sent you some info on that. But there is provision in the HRS after a state of emergency to allow those unpermitted structures to be rebuilt. But there's hurdles that have to be gone through. So I think it's up to this body to vent that so that can happen and make it so these people can actually get back in there. Because if not, you'll maybe have just a 1-bedroom and that's it, on some of those properties.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Member Paulton?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. West. I just wanted to clarify, in a previous working group under my predecessor, one of the solutions to the housing was to have a set of plans that would be pre-approved. Would something like that satisfy the need if they had pre-approved plans, and then they could choose from whatever option, like 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. And then, because I believe in a previous meeting, Member Cook's concern with unpermitted structures were the ability for folks to get insurance and things like that.
Correct.
So if they had a set or a number of plans that were pre-approved to be okay to go depending on where you put them on the property, would that satisfy the problem?
I think we have to look at the footprint of a lot of those lots and find a way that we can put permanent structures back in there that will offer the same type of amenities that were there. Because I know along Front Street up towards Chart House, there were a number of units that had multiple families living in. And I think it's going to take a real hard dive into that, a lot of compassion, because, I'm all for it, really. Sorry I get so emotional, but it's just, I know a lot of those people up there. And so they just want to get home. And so whatever we got to do, let's sit down, work all night if we have to, and get it done. Because, like I said, I just want hope. I know too many people have moved away. They've just left. They're gone. And now that they're gone, they want to come back, but they're looking for something. So,
and to clarify, those lots that you're talking about, it would be the owner, builder, occupier, or is it rentals?
Some was rental, some was owner, some was mixed, particularly along Front Street up towards Chart House side there. And even Lahaina Luna, the bottom side too. I mean, I don't have all the data. I just know some of the families, some of the renters, our members.
And so I believe they are planning on having the Kukuya finished by the end of 2024. It would be 25 4-bedrooms, 72 3-bedrooms, and 100 2-bedrooms for rent. And Pulelehua, and they are ready to begin Kukuya again as well. So if that can offer some hope for the renters, at least they have asked to be let out of the lottery system, and maybe it would be a lottery for the displaced or something like that. But just to offer some hope of things that are already going forward.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I was talking with Angus, and even that bypass, if we could get the bypass, if the president could administratively lift some of the hurdles that we have for that bypass to be built, that might even open up some opportunities for housing out the other side. I personally, I would hope that this council would consider a moratorium on transit vacation rentals and TVRs, the TVRs and Airbnbs, because that, until we get our ohana back, permitting TVRs and B&Bs and Airbnbs, it's counterproductive. So, sorry.
Yeah, we're not permitting them. They're allowed by zoning.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if this council would do a moratorium on that.
Thank you, Mr. West. Real quick, earlier in your testimony, you were saying how you represent a couple of people or several people who cannot come here and join us because they're busy, and I understand that. I just want to let you know that I read all the testimony that comes in. So please have your members send us testimony so that they can be involved, even if they're really busy.
We'll do that.
Thank
A
you.
lot of them are in hotels, and some of them aren't. We have some members that have come into Kailua, and we've found like 5 families living in one home.
Yeah.
And because they didn't want to stay in a hotel. They didn't want to stay in a hotel. So we'll reach out to them, and we'll definitely encourage them to submit testimony. And thank you for that opportunity.
Please. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Any other questions, members? Seeing none. Thank you.